Welcome back to Sports Talk with Britt. Tonight we're going to be talking a little NBA. I got my buddy Ricky here. He's going to come sit over here, and we're going to talk about just some of the free agent stuff that's been going on. Like just our thoughts. He's a Thunder fan, so he likes sucky teams. So
Lakers, dude.
so we're gonna. He's a big NBA fan, so we're gonna talk just about some of our thoughts on how where some of the players went and how they're gonna do there. Like first thing is we're gonna talk about LeBron to Cleveland. Like, what's some of your thoughts on this?
I think it's a great idea. Like, honestly, I think Cleveland fans, they were wrong to burn their jerseys and everything, but the Heat fans are going to do the same thing now. So it's pretty much just a circle. But I'm glad that he actually admitted to himself to actually go back and do his hometown and just do what I thought would have been wrong. Same thing.
I agree. I think it was a good move on his part. I think Cleveland's gonna be really good too, especially now with Love, which we'll get into a little bit later. But even beforehand, I thought they had a chance at the title. You know, I mean, so it's just it's a cool deal. I used to hate LeBron, honestly.
Yeah.
Even when he was in Cleveland, I mean, he went to the Heat, and I hated him even more.
Really?
But he started growing on me. He really did. He started growing on me, and now I like him even more, honestly. So, and then that's a big deal, and that's going to affect the landscape, obviously. Which I think the Heat will still make the playoffs. Yeah, they still got Wade and Bosh, obviously. So another big move is Carmelo staying with New York, which was a big loss for me as a Lakers fan. I was kind of hoping he would come to LA, but he ended up coming down to Chicago and New York, and ended up picking New York, which he always tells me that he should have picked the Bulls, and I'm in agreement with him.
Oh, man. Well, I think, honestly, like, just out of everything, I think he would have had the best way to win a championship there. Because they have the defense, everything's already done. All they need is offense. And what better offense than a freaking top 3 best offensive player in the NBA?
Exactly, I completely agree. You got Derrick Rose, Carmelo, then they add Powell, which they probably still would have done.
Yeah.
Noah, defense, Gibson. They probably had to get rid of Gibson. But still, it's a good deal, man.
It's crazy.
And while we're at it, Powell to Chicago, I think it's a great move. They get a great passer down there with Noah, who's already a great passer. I mean, I think we're going to see some sick offensive, some passes this year. It's going to be pretty good. I think they're still going to be really, really good. I think it'll be them and probably Cleveland in the conference finals.
Yeah, definitely.
What do you think about that, Powell to the Bulls?
The offense. Just the passing is just going to be crazy. Noah averaged 7 assists last year. 7.4, I think, somewhere around there. It's going to be crazy. I'm excited to watch that.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be fun to watch, especially with Rose coming back. Yeah, we'll probably see some backdoor cuts of Rose to the basket from Powell. He's a great passer.
Oh my gosh.
Another thing, Wade and Bosh stayed with the Heat, which Bosh kind of fooled around almost with the Rockets, which I think would have been a good move. But he ended up staying. I think the Heat fans are really going to love him for that. You know, they're really going to accept him even more than they accepted LeBron. Obviously, I think they're going to. I mean, I think it was a good move for him. Money wise, he got more money. He got more money, and he stays back. But I don't know. Not for title wise, though. I think he should have went to Houston.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I think honestly he got overpaid at the Heat. Like so many people think. I think he's overrated. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean
he's an outstanding shooter, but just overall, I think he's just overrated.
I think we'll see him step up his game a little more.
Yeah, I think without LeBron, he's gonna have to step up more. Wade will have to step up more.
Which I don't know if it's even possible.
Yeah, his knees.
But with Lou Aldine, they got some
Danny Granger,
who's over the hill too as well.
He should. I mean, he wasn't like he was back then, but he's still good.
Another one is Ariza to Houston, which I think makes they're not as. I think losing parts. I don't know this year.
That's pretty much just. Go ahead.
Yeah, like you were gonna say, it's kind of just switching out.
Switch,
but honestly, they get older.
Yeah,
you know, Parsons. I think Parsons still could be better than Ariza eventually. But they're still pretty. They still got a pretty young core.
But I'm thinking as of now, I think that was a better trade. Like Houston wants a title now, I think too. So
yeah, but they're still pretty young. I mean,
sure,
Howard.
Yeah.
I mean,
Harden's
that's
young.
Yeah.
But Dwight's like mid-age, just like Ariza, so.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I think Parsons probably end up being the better player. I think they're even now, probably about even.
Right now, I
They
think
might as well
Parsons.
just took Parsons, but
Yeah.
I think they didn't pay as much for Ariza.
Yeah.
So
Parsons like didn't get paid hardly. I think he got
15?
paid like
I think it's 15 million.
15. Oh,
Was it 15?
This
18?
year, last year he only got paid like $2 million.
Oh, I know.
He
Yeah.
got, they had a good deal with Houston.
So while we're on it, Chandler to the Mavs.
Oh.
Chandler Parsons to the Mavs. I think that makes the Mavs really.
It's kind of like a returning film too.
They got Chandler Parsons. They got Tyson Chandler. They got Dirk. They got Monte.
Gosh.
But they don't have a point guard.
They got Calderon. Oh no.
They traded Calderon and their backup from
We'll get
Miami.
on that later.
What's that backup's name?
For who?
The backup they traded to the Knicks from Miami, Shane Larkin.
Oh,
Well, I think he's gonna be a pretty good point guard
Yeah,
eventually. But he's with the Knicks now. They traded for Raymond Felton, who's a freaking monster. He's freaking terrible, man.
Yeah,
He's probably
getting
like
in trouble with
250
the,
pounds. He's
Oh,
fat.
God. He's bad. Lynn Davis.
A player we talk about all the time that we think so good. Isaiah Thomas to the Suns.
Yes, I think that's a perfect fit. Like honestly, like him, then Gordon Dragic's at the 2. Oh my goodness.
But then they got Bledsoe.
I think they should trade him honestly for some maybe a draft pick.
They got 3 point guards.
That's too
3
much.
really, really good point guards.
That is capable of starting.
They could,
easily.
what they'll probably do is probably trade one of them. I would imagine that's what I would do.
I would imagine trade Bledsoe.
'Cause he's worth the most money.
Yeah, and either try and get draft picks or
Well, they and honestly,
maybe they still have enough time to get maybe like Greg Monroe,
yeah,
something like that. Maybe
they drafted that guy to NC State that can flat out score. He averages like 25 a game,
Yeah.
and he's been lighting it up. He's averaging like 20 a game in the summer league. So I think he's a really good player. So I don't know. I think the Suns will be pretty good, especially if they can, somehow find a way to get Eric Bledsoe off the books. Maybe they were talking about a trade to the Lakers about a month ago, and I was I don't want to give Randall up, but they were talking maybe Jordan Hill, Jordan Hill, and someone else. Like who else was it? They're talking about. I don't remember who it was. Steve Nash. Throwing Steve Nash in and make some money work. Some things like that.
Yeah.
And then there's somebody else, but I forget who. Like Xavier Henry or something like that, which I think would have been good. At first they were talking about Randall, and that's just not something I want to do.
I think he's gonna have a bright future, honestly.
Yeah.
But the Suns, back to the Suns. I just had to go back to it. I mean, they were suspected to play horrible, and they did good.
They had 48 wins.
They was ninth. They was ninth in the West, which is probably second or third in the freaking East last year.
Exactly.
So any decent team in the West could just smoke most of the freaking East.
Yeah.
Man, they're horrible. Yeah, it was last year. Now they're gonna be pretty good.
We pretty much already talked about Jose Calderon to the Knicks. I mean, I don't think they really. I mean, that's a good trade for the Knicks. I think
Yeah.
they lose Chandler, they get a good point guard.
Yeah.
Stoudemire maybe will be a little more healthy, so he can play down low.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty good. But we pretty much talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we are both in agreement of that it was a really good move for this year, not for the future, but for this year. Paul Pierce to the Wizards
Yes, definitely. Like a leader for that team.
for a young team.
For a young team, Bradley Beal, John Wall, they'll freaking take that and learn.
Nene, Gortat.
Nene, yeah.
I mean, that's a good team.
And they got never mind. I was thinking something else. Sorry.
Paul Pierce is he's been in those battles in the playoffs.
Oh,
I mean,
definitely.
he's been there. So that's a leader. Man.
Yes, championship.
Exactly. So I think we both think that's a really good move for now. It's probably not for the future because Ariza is
Signed 2
29,
years.
30.
2 years.
It was a 2-year deal. I mean, that's. I mean, he's getting older, but he'll score 13 or 14 for you in that. He can shoot. He's not a great defensive player anymore, but they got young guys up front who can play some defense.
Better than James Harden.
They got 2 really good rim protectors. Oh, no joke. If you ever have some free time, go watch James Harden, Defensive Juggernaut. This is one of the funniest videos. It's like 12 minutes long of how terrible James Harden is at defense, which he's terrible.
He's ranked like 389th in the league. That's like 30 players.
It is not that he's not talented. He just doesn't try.
Yeah,
it's
he's
embarrassing.
playing
We were
street ball
dying.
out
We were
there.
crying. We were laughing so hard.
People on Subway is actually seeing if he's okay.
Turner to the Celtics. which I don't think really does that much.
Evan Turner?
He's a good player.
In the 76ers, he was great, but he was horrible with the Pacers last year.
He was a good player on a bad team.
It could be because of the team, like different players work better with different teams.
I don't think that makes the Celtics a playoff team.
No, definitely not.
I don't think it's that big of a deal.
No,
And
definitely not.
he's a good player, but he's not a great offensive player. He's a good defensive player. He's not a great offensive player though.
No.
So I don't think that it does really that much. Mike Miller to the Cavs. I think
that's
even though he's not a great player like he was, he's a decent player now. But that's a big move for the Cavs.
He's a shooter. Imagine if they get Ray Allen with this. I'll also put Ray Allen on that. Ray Allen, that's freaking. Oh my god, this is a
he's
great
still
shooter.
Decided, but
hopefully, if he goes to the Cavs, if they can clear space for Ray Allen.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Mike Miller, I think. He'll probably play 10 or 12 minutes a night, but those 10 or 12 minutes he'll score.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's mainly his goal in games is to freaking score. That's all he's good for, pretty much.
And our last guy we have to talk about for free agents is, which I think is a huge move,
Definitely.
is Spencer Hawes to the Clippers. I think that's a big. He'll be your guy off the bench, and that's a great
Big shooter.
Yeah, he's a stretch.
He's
a stretch guy. He can shoot that 15-footer.
Have him and Glenn Davis out there.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good second team,
God.
big man.
They're gonna make OKC for the run-in next year. I think it'll be between them and OKC, and then the Spurs will be right below the Clippers of the Oklahoma City.
I still think the Spurs are gonna win.
No.
The Spurs, they never get worse.
Kawhi Leonard's freaking great, but I don't know if Tim can freaking do what he did last year. He may prove me wrong. He always does.
He's like 47.
He'll be like
he's like 47.
He'll be like 67 out there still playing. God, who knows, man?
Go take his pills at halftime. Get him some oxygen. Walker out there.
Greg Popovich signed like a 3-year deal with the freaking Spurs.
And he's old too.
He's God.
But the thing about the Spurs is they sign those guys for so cheap.
He gets all those foreign players.
They're good.
Then he makes team players good. He doesn't draft good players. He makes players good.
He goes and finds those hidden guys in the draft. Stash them overseas. Like what's that center's name? That Thiago Splitter.
No, he was garbage. Everyone thought he was gonna be garbage.
Yeah,
he's good.
He's a good player.
He turned out to be a great player.
He's a good player, man. I mean, that's a good, solid player. And he just signed Parker to a 3-year extension for just real cheap, man.
Yeah,
I mean, that's just what they do.
Well, I mean, if I was a player, I'd want to sign myself cheap to a team as well, just so I could have a chance at a championship.
I mean, yeah, why not? I mean, if you're going to keep winning them, why not?
That's the main goal, even in the NBA.
So, another thing, what do you think about Kevin Love to the Cavs? Which is pretty much a done deal now. So, what's your thoughts?
In the future, no, I don't like it. But right now, if LeBron and Love and Kyrie and just all those other players, if they won a championship right now, so I think as of now, this year coming up, it's a great idea. But in the future, no.
I still don't think it's a good, just because
Wiggins.
I think honestly, without Love, I still think they have a chance to win a title this year, and I think and next year and the year after, because Wiggins has a chance to be the next superstar. I mean,
definitely. Imagine of what he's supposed to live up to, or what people think he's supposed to live up to. Imagine 2 LeBrons on one team.
Exactly. That's what people expect, is him to at least be, a Paul George or something like that. I mean, he's not that big, but that stature, that type of star. But I just don't know. They gave up. Who they give? They gave up Wiggins, a first-round pick, and Bennett, who I think is going to be. I think from everything I've heard, I listened to the radio one day. He has sleep problems. He has like sleep apnea, and they went and they got or not sleep apnea. He has something like some breathing deal, something wrong with him. To where they said this is the first year he's ever in his life played basketball without having to worry about his breathing problems or his something like that. There's something going on that he's like had problems with real bad, and he's got them fixed. And they expect him to break out this year. So
and he's lost weight.
And last year he was injured. He didn't get to play in the preseason. Speaking of losing weight, have you seen Carmelo? Did you see that picture of Carmelo and LeBron?
Copy LeBron. I mean, come on now.
Honestly, this is what I thought is LeBron and Carmelo. They
probably teamed together that if we want a championship or a chance at a championship, we gotta get our fat asses and get to work.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is they realize they're 30. They're getting older. They got to start They gotta start slimming down. They're not gonna be.
Yeah,
And what's weird with Carmella, she's always been a little thick.
Yeah, you know. I mean, both of them.
Both
Both of them have.
LeBron's more stocky.
Yeah.
They look like Carmelo always had a little baby fat on him.
Yeah.
He's out, but he look. I seen a picture of him the other day, and he is like.
He's slim.
He's
That
like
one,
he
that
looks
one
like
of him in the
freaking-
gym alone.
Yeah,
Right?
he looks like freaking like skinny as Paul George. I mean,
Yeah,
he's
he does.
little bitty.
If only,
Like,
if only
it's
KD
just-
will get in the gym now.
And that KD, he's just a freaky. I told you he's gonna snap his leg this year, dude. He's freaking like his legs are like this big around. They're like this size of this pencil.
Don't even joke with that. KD's gonna win.
So who do you think's winning Rookie of the Year?
Jabari Parker.
Yeah, I'm gonna say either Wiggins or Randall.
Well,
Just because I'm a homer and I'm a Lakers
okay.
fan.
Well, if it's pretty much considered a deal with Love and Wiggins, so I think 50. No, I'm not gonna go by rate. I'd say 6 out of 10 would be Jabari Parker, like winning it.
I just think Wiggins, if he's the man for the Timberwolves, I think he has a chance to win it.
Well, he's playing with
He's got
Rubio.
Rubio's a great passer, man. He'll get him open in open spots.
Pekovic.
He's a great defensive player too. You gotta add that in. I mean, he's a way better defensive player than Parker.
Definitely.
He has that ability to have that lockdown defense. So, you know, okay, call it now. MVP. Who wins it?
I'm thinking my boy KD though. just because I'm a Thunder, not just because I'm a Thunder fan. I think it's his time to shine. LeBron is starting to get a little older, you know. His MVPs, he got like five freaking MVPs. I think that's enough. I don't think he cares about MVP anymore. I think my boy KD's gonna shine for the next 3 years unless he gets injured. Something.
You know, I'm leaning towards LeBron winning it again, but I could see someone like LaMarcus Aldridge winning it.
I
That
can
dude
see.
can
I can see
play.
him getting close.
Blake Griffin has a chance after finishing third
Yeah,
last year.
definitely.
I think it's now Blake Griffin's team in LA. So I mean,
Yeah.
like I said though, watch out in the future. Antetokounmpo, Giannis Antetokounmpo for the Bucks. That dude, 6'11" point guard. He's the man. He's
Anyone
the man.
from the Bucks is you don't have to look at.
They're actually going to be pretty good. Antetokounmpo, Jabari Parker, and it's a
True.
pretty good team. They got what's that old boy from Kentucky's name? A point guard. Oh, I can't think of his name. They traded him from the Pistons. What is his name?
I forgot.
I can't think of his name. Is that about all we got today? Oh,
Defense.
who wins the title? Call it.
Okay, it'll be between. I think it'll be between Bulls, Thunder, and I
You're gonna
think
say the Thunder win it.
the Thunder win 4-3.
Little gay boy.
4-3, 4-3, dude. That's
I
my
should have
team.
known.
My boy KD deserves it.
I'm gonna say the Thunder don't make the playoffs. Just kidding.
Piece of shit.
No, I say the Thunder. Thunder play the Spurs. And I think the Spurs win.
Oh my God, no.
And I think in the East it's gonna be the Bulls and the Cavs. And I'm gonna say the Bulls win. And I'm gonna say the Spurs beat the Bulls.
Oh God, no! You know, I get tired of hearing the Spurs. Honestly, they're
But-
so good though. You gotta give it to them. They're so old, but old but gold. You know.
But that's about all we got.
About defensive player of the year. Who do you think about defensive player?
Defensive player of the year, I'll say LeBron.
Really?
Dude, he's a good defensive player.
I don't think he's gonna get defensive player of the
He
year.
should have won it a few years.
I think honestly, I gotta give my boy Dwight a chance. Maybe
I hate Dwight Howard, dude. I'm a Lakers fan though. I see
just because he left you guys, I would leave too for that garbage team playing with Kobe. I wouldn't want to play with Kobe. He'll probably get a lot of dislikes now because of that. Cause a
Yeah,
lot
you
of
can't
people
say
are
that,
Kobe
dude.
fans.
You messed up.
He's
It
good.
doesn't matter. Durant's gonna be in Houston in a couple years, and
He's-
Westbrook will be in Los Angeles playing for the Lakers.
I could see that.
And then the Thunder are gonna be dismantled.
Yeah, they're gonna have.
They gotta go. They got.
They'll have
Presti,
Perkins
though.
at 30.
Presti, because they won't amnesty his stupid butt. They should have amnestied him 3 years ago.
We'll still have Perkins at like 35. We'll still be good though. Once
Yeah,
Durant
yeah.
and
At 35, he'll probably still be averaging about 2 points and a
Perkins.
rebound a game.
Perkins will still be our go-to guy, you know, in the next 5 years.
If Perkins still starts, that's embarrassing.
I think Steven Adams will start.
Yeah, I do
this year.
too.
I think the lineup this year
They
should
want to
be
get rid of Perkins so bad. Even people in Oklahoma hate Perkins. They can't say
dude,
it.
but
Traber hates Perkins, dude.
who?
Jim Traber on 97.1 Sports
Oh.
Now. He mouths Perkins every day.
Everyone
still to today.
But,
he still
but
mouths.
KD even said he's the best teammate that anyone could have. But he probably just said that and probably just to cheer Perkins up because there's a lot of haters out there. which I wouldn't doubt him. I wouldn't say no. I don't like Perkins either, but that's what KD says. So.
Who knows? But that's about it. Again, keep watching, liking, sharing, subscribing. Rookie will probably be on again before the season starts. We'll talk some more NBA. But getting a lot of likes, a lot of comments, awesome. Hopefully this one will get a lot of me and my buddy. But thanks again for watching Sports Talk with Britt. We'll see you next time.